Hello and welcome to Racers Now. You're going to be sick of seeing our faces this week on YouTube because this is the 6th video of the week. I'm becoming more dishevelled as the week goes on. SD will no doubt fill you all in that I've had an absolute disaster at Royal Ascot, but it's not through lack of trying, and all I can do is apologise. I'm actually, and I'm clinging on for dear life, I'm actually still in front, I think, for the year, but yeah. It's been a tough week. It's been a very, very tough week. I'm going to try and show you actually how far in front we are. But while we do that,
the pound stakes. If you bet like men and have a score on, multiply these by 20.
SD, how are you, young man?
I'm good. After you poo-pooed Soprano, he hit all the right notes today, didn't he?
Well, the commentator said that line as well, so that's not an original.
Yeah. I did steal that off the fantastic Stuart Machin. Unfortunately, not calling at Haydock tomorrow, where we've got Martin Harris. Nice man, Martin Harris.
Well, SD, I don't like giving you too much credit, but hopefully you can see that on screen now, that since the 22nd of March, SD is over 100 points up. There's no tips
to
to
a pound. If you'd had a score on the mole, you'd be winning £2,000. You'd be taking. I just paid for my missus to go to the Isle of Skye. You could be going there for weeks on end.
We're a pound each way, or a £1 win, or 1 point each way on this channel. We don't mess around. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. We've got no sponsors. We've got no agendas. We're just here to give opinions and winners. And SD has been giving plenty.
We are not affiliated in any way to some of these feral bookmakers.
No, we're not. Exactly. Right, okay, SD. We are here to talk about Hexham. It's their Ladies' Day on Sunday. I think there is an 8-race extravaganza. And I also think that it looks a little bit tricky. You tell me. What races are we going to talk about?
Well, we're only going to look at 3 because I thought it was a devilishly tricky card. But what a card it is at Britain's most scenic race course. You know, they've got an absolutely compendium of runners. 15, 14, 9, 9, 7, 7, 9, 12. What a card that is. Ladies' Day, they're almost unlike any other course. They don't charge anything extra more to get on. 15 quid on the gate at Hexham on Sunday. Mick Walsh will be there. Tomo will be there, big fella. G and everyone on. The pies will still be under a £5. The tea will taste as good as ever. And hopefully we can get some winners at the best card of the week.
Very good. Right, starting with the 218 SD. As always, with when we are previewing races where no prices are available, but we have had final decks, we are putting out the minimum price that SD would like to take for it to be an official bet. So you will see a plus sign next to the odds that SD is suggesting. Crack on.
Yeah, 15 runners here. Looks a bit of a minefield on paper, but I have to say I was very impressed with how Foxwood ran here last week, and under identical conditions, and more critically, he was out the handicap that day, off his true mark of 77 here. He looks a decent bet. I think he'll be anything that ran in that race. He was behind Copa Kalana, who's reopposing today. The lad's taking a further 7 off. Looks a block here for Johnny Wade, who likes a bet, who of course is the landlord of Becky Menzies, who trains. I think this thing will win. Becky Menzies doesn't train, but he is Becky Menzies' landlord. Of course, it's George Bewley, who trains in Appleby, as somebody corrected me the other week. I think he'll win, and I'm quite happy to take 4.5 to 1 or bigger on this horse for a great curtain raiser. 15 conditional jockeys.
I've got some news for you, SD. You will be doing the tweeting tomorrow evening at around 5 or 6 o'clock because I'll be on the motorway.
I'll be at Haydock. I'll be at Haydock, viewers. So follow Twitter at Racing on Course because I'm always on course. Great evening tomorrow at Haydock for Pete Tongue. And What a great show they're putting on at Hexham as well. Free bouncy castle and face painting for the children. Robert and Lynn and Cheryl and Sean do an excellent job.
Well, you can tell Robert and Lynn and Cheryl and Jordan that we want paying for the amount of positive things you say about them.
We are very positive about Hexham Racecourse, and rightly so. Rightly so.
You're not positive about the next. You're not too positive about races 2 and 3 at Hexham on Sunday because they are too difficult for you to put a bet up in. So are we moving on to the 418 or are you going to comment on the 2 intermediary races?
I thought they were. I thought the novice races were devilish. I was slightly against the Ollie Murphy horse in one of them. Just in the handicap, just watch Jet Eye for getting back for very shrewd connections. Ads, great man, great friend of the ring. Ads, love him to get a winner at Hexham. Look, there's a few in there. I wouldn't be surprised if Lady Hamilton ran a race as well. But yeah, the next bet is in the 418. I have to say, poor Imperial Data last week. It was given not a good ride by its jockey last week, where I thought Ross Chapman went far too soon, pressed the button at the bottom of the hill. The petrol gorge was on empty toward the end of the race, but the poor thing has been put up appreciably in the weight, £5. I've always thought that the wonderful mare Salsada has a touch of joie de vivre, a bit of class about her.
Joie de vivre.
Joy of life, sir. Joy of life.
It was beautifully delivered.
It was beautifully delivered. The Ellison team are in form. Look, she's running in some pretty darn good races. You know, she's run in a Scottish champion hurdle twice. She was actually 5th in it. She's run in Class 1 mares races and has been placed in them. And she's now lurking, isn't she? Off a mark of 118. I put her up at Cartmel last time. That, and I'm afraid, was a bad move. The ground was too slow. It wasn't hot deep, but it was too slow for her. Good ground, perfect racing ground. James Armstrong's done an excellent job at Britain's Most Scenic Racecourse on Sunday. She's only 7. I think she should be. She's been rated as high as 130. She's down to 118. Just to give you an idea, she's still rated 91 on the flat. I think she'll outclass them.
Like you've been outclassing me this week on the
absolutely. It's like comparing a Rolls Royce to a Lada.
Yeah. Are you going straight to the 518, Esty, or anything else in between?
The 418 was again devilishly tricky. I thought about putting Green Duderie up, but there were a few others in the race. So one thing I will say is I would fear for Going Mobile following up. So we'll go straight on to the 518, and this is almost the race of the week. It's a beautiful race. This is the Langley Castle, an award-winning hotel handicap chase just off the A686, the Alston Road, 10 minutes from the racecourse. Lovely if you're taking the missus away for a good rogering. Anyway, and I thought it was a fascinating heat, this. And Edgewell for Becky Menzies. We put in up 2 John Wade horses. I thought ran a really nice race behind Back by Jet, who of course was won here since, and Shadows in the Sky last time. Now, the key to this horse is that was his first run over fences, had previously shown the square route of Ball All, but clearly the fences may well be the making of him. I thought the handicap has been very, very kind, putting the horse down £2 here, and under near identical conditions, must go very well. Absolutely lurking off bottom weight with Ross Chapman on 10-1, must have an absolutely outstanding chance. Just on some of the others. Obviously, Back by Jet has won since, was very game when he won since. As a consequence, has suffered somewhat from the handicapper. Hidden Commander often runs well here. Elian is chasing the hat-trick. If you watch Elian's last 2 races back, I have no idea how this horse is winning. Basically walked through every fence. Can't keep getting away with that. Cannot keep getting away with that. Plus, the handicapper has also had his say. So I'd be very, very keen on Edgewell here.
Very good, very good. You've got most of the bingo card comments in for Hexham SD. I'm guessing you're attending. Is this where you tell us that you're having your Father's Day present in the hospitality?
Absolutely.
You've not talked about face painting.
Robert and the team, Falcons Catering, do an absolutely great job. It's a veritable smorgasbord of gastronomic treats. Just a quick word on the last race. Frank Bird doesn't have many horses in training anymore. He's got one for Nicky, Jehol Dete. I mean, I've no idea what price it'd be. I wouldn't really want to put one up in a bumper, but I'd expect that to go very well. Nicky Richards is sole runner on the card. Obviously, the trainer of Monty's Garden and his dad trained One Man and Hello Dandy. Yeah.
Richards. Mick Walsh.
Get racing. A family of 4 can go to Hexham on Sunday for £30. There are free family entertainments. It's a lovely day. There's nowhere nicer in the country than Britain's most scenic racecourse in June, and that includes Royal Ascot.
I'm just going to end it on that bombshell, SD. You've got all the Hexham bingo comments in. You've said Britain's most scenic racecourse twice. You're winning. Good luck. We've got the Royal Ascot Saturday.
You, by the way, sir, look like you've just got off a flight from Australia. You look absolutely buggered.
And that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Go home tomorrow, get your dear wife to give you a foot massage and sleep.
I mean, look, the last thing I wanted to do really tonight was get on with you for 20 minutes of talking about Hexham. But that's what we do because we are delivering for the fans, for Hexham, for SD's ego. We're just delivering for everything. But we're going through small talk now. SD's smiling. I'm still smiling, but I don't feel like that way. And we'll be back soon. It's the Irish Derby next week. Thank you very much.
And it's the plate.